I really like using rep ranges to help people save time in like their build up set, and ultimately to allow people to auto regulate intelligently when they're trying to save time, right? So I really think top set plus back offs, meaning you work up progressively to a top set and then you do a few back off sets, is a really good way to get productive training in. The tricky thing for a lot of people is they're just trying to get a good amount of work done and save some time, not being in the gym for a really long time. So if you just give somebody like, hey, work up to 3 reps at RPE 8, again, we're splitting hairs a little bit here, but if they hit a set of 3 and it's like, that was RPE 7, right? They then have to do another set to potentially get a set of 3 at RPE 8. And again, you don't necessarily have to. I think, a lot of this stuff is just trying to get good enough. But when you allow somebody to do like, hey, do a set of 3 to 6 reps at RPE 8, and they get to, that third rep and they're like, yeah, I'm at like RPE 7 right now. So they do one more rep, right? They're assessing things as they're kind of doing it or right after the fact. They do 4 reps and it's like, yeah, that was RPE 8, cool. We just like cut down a little bit of the resistance to, oh man, I'm gonna have to do another set, right? And again, we're kind of splitting hairs here, but I do think like giving people the optionality, it also is really powerful, and it also allows people to push in ways that are productive, meaning like they just challenge themselves to get another rep, right? Or maybe the prior week they do 3, and then the next week they do 4, and the next week they do 5, right? And then they do their back off work. We're just trying to create opportunities for people to learn how to auto-regulate, and I think a top set that is rep range oriented can be really useful for that. I also just think it's, as I said, a little bit fun to kind of see where you're at from week to week, maybe be able to push. Maybe, you have to pull back a little bit, where maybe one week you hit 6 reps at, 135 and it was RP 8, right? And then the next week you're not feeling it, you're a little run down and you hit 4. It's at 135 at RPE 8, right? It's just training. It helps you learn to auto-regulate inside the session. It makes it flexible. It makes it maybe a little less anxiety inducing. And I think that can be really powerful. It still gives you the opportunity to push. You're still going to do some back off works after the fact. But I just think like rep ranges are really powerful tools. I also think rep ranges for accessory work can be really powerful as well. Allows people to maybe switch the load around a little bit and play with figuring out how to train, pushing themselves appropriately while also, building strength in, the 12 rep range or the 6 rep range or the 7 rep range. Like some of this stuff doesn't matter a ton. So we're just trying to manage novelty in our minds while still continuing to make things challenging, fun, and progressible. So that's all I got for today. Appreciate you. Peace.